Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Indeed. Welcome. This is Pat Gray. Just a reminder to you that if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. And I'm talking time after time, really. So, just so you know, we've got a jam-packed show full of fun and frivolity, and of course, making the apocalypse fun. This is not fun. There was a tragic crash on I-55 in Illinois yesterday. 72 cars were involved. There are 6 dead, 30 injured, and apparently it was a dust storm of some kind that caused this.
Some freak dust storm, yeah.
Some video of that, right? Is there?
Oh,
wow.
Just terrible, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
usually that kind of stuff happens in the winter when, ice is... Remember that crash we had on, I think it was I-35W, which is I-35 West. It splits when it gets to the Metroplex into two. One goes east through Dallas, one goes west through Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I think there were 100 cars involved in that. They hit a patch of ice and then it was bedlam. You don't remember that, huh?
Well, I remember that. I didn't know it was right there. I thought it was down in Fort Worth.
Yeah, that's what I said, Fort Worth.
Okay, because I was thinking of
But it wasn't in Fort Worth. It was in Fort Worth. So.
No, when you talk about the split, I think of in Denton. I don't think of the split down there.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Anyway.
Doesn't it come back together about Denton?
I'm going to let it
Somewhere.
go.
Yeah,
but
okay.
no, it doesn't. Not right there.
Okay. But it comes back together at some point.
Yeah.
I just don't know where.
Okay. Not where the ice thing happened. That's for sure.
That's right.
Which is what threw me off. Bottom line is, that was, but that
really sad.
This was just, I guess, out of nowhere. This dust storm started up. Somebody reached out and said that makes no sense since it was raining here last week. I don't know, man. Don't make me think. My brain. I got so many rabbit holes going right now. Don't do this to me.
No. It just goes to show, though, how suspicious people are right now.
Yep.
Wait, how did they conjure up a dust storm?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, I mean, we could go down the whole.
Oh, yeah, the whole weather.
Harp. Let's go down.
Yeah,
Harp.
right.
Oh, look, we matched today. I didn't even notice that until I looked up on the screen.
Well, sort of. I got a button down. You have a T-shirt.
Well, I mean, same color.
Sort of.
Do you know there's a place where I-35 splits? I swear.
Yeah, is that in Denton?
Yeah, it's up in Denton,
okay.
right near North Texas University.
So yesterday, Joe Biden was in top form.
Oh, he's good,
he
right?
So often is. There's no stopping this guy. He was at the White House, had a battle with his teleprompter again.
We see it here again today in companies like, I hope I pronounced it right, Ame Power.
What?
Is it Ame?
Ame.
I believe that's right, yeah. Ame Power, Florida Small Business Winner Award winner, or the Business Week winner. You won.
Yeah, it's not funny, people. This is the president of the United States. You won, winner of one.
Oh, boy.
He one winner. Winning. Wow.
It's laborious. Just listen to him speak. It doesn't matter what he's talking about.
It's painful.
Honestly, it could be about your favorite rock band. It's just impossible to listen to him. Ugh.
He had this to say, though, about the GOP and the upcoming U.S. default on a loan.
Oh, good.
The most important thing we have to do in that regard is to make sure the threat by the Speaker of the House to default on the national debt is off the table.
Oh.
He makes it sound like the GOP is wanting default.
Right. They've already passed.
They've put a thank
bill.
you.
They already passed a bill. Waiting for you now.
Yes.
It's on you, douchebag.
Yes.
It's on you.
And we're going to play this KJP clip. There is a update to this after this clip.
All right.
Yesterday.
The first, you had indicated earlier that the president is prepared to talk about the budget appropriations process, and that he'd be happy to meet with Speaker McCarthy, but not on whether the debt limit is raised. Has the White House done anything to reach out to the Speaker to begin that conversation over the budget?
Reached out to the Speaker.
And what happens if he does want to talk about the debt limit in concert with that discussion?
I mean, we've been very clear, Matt. We've been very clear that what they have put forward.
What they put forward.
Look, it's not a plan. It's a recipe for economic catastrophe. That is what they have put forward.
My gosh.
They're pathetic.
Well, if they know recipes for economic catastrophe, if anybody does,
right,
it would be this administration.
Yes, we got the second, third, and fourth largest bank collapses in U.S. history under his watch, just in the
First Republic yesterday.
Yeah, Stanley Morgan decided to absorb them, so that'll be interesting. But it sounds like everything's fine, right, with the economy and banking in this country. Mm-hmm. But the update to that is that they will meet Biden with McCarthy, McConnell, Schumer, and Jeffries. Will meet a week from today.
How exciting.
Which, don't forget, Yellen came out yesterday. Remember, we left this program saying, I don't know, man, somewhere from early June to early October, they're saying. She came out and said, we could default as soon as June 1st. So they're going to meet on May 9th to try to come together.
At least we don't have to be in suspense long. June coming right on up. So that's right. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. I can't take these people. It's unconscionable what they're doing to this country. And then every day they just stand up there and lie about it right to her face.
Yeah, it's bad enough what they're doing. It's that they just...
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, Pat. Where's the duct tape? This next KJP clip.
Okay.
This is not going to go well, y'all.
She was asked about Biden and illegal immigration.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Oh, boy.
He has tools that he's used to make sure that we do this. We actually deal with the immigration system in a humane way.
Yeah.
In a way that is that actually deals with what we're seeing at the border, and that's why you've seen the parolee program be so successful. It has when it comes to illegal migration, you've seen it come down by more than 90%, and that's because of the actions that this president has taken. So look, the president has been very clear.
Tell me somebody called her BS on that. Wait,
don't know, man.
It's come down by 90%?
I don't know. Help us, Lord. Isn't that great?
I mean,
I thought you'd like that one.
Demonstrably proven lies that she just spits out of her.
Come down 90%.
An absolute known fact. Like, everybody knows this. It's 90, but illegal immigration down by 90%.
We're just complaining on the right about the 10% there. We want it to be down 100%.
Wow.
That is...
3.5 million people across the border since this administration.
How do you work with that?
3.5 million.
Conversation with these people.
You can't.
Oh, by the way, speaking of immigration, Greg Abbott is in trouble, the governor of Texas, because he tweeted out yesterday that he's announced a $50,000 reward for info on the criminal who killed 5 illegal immigrants.
Jeez.
So, of course, when he referred to the victims as illegals, never mind, that $50,000 didn't matter. It was the fact that he referred to them as illegals. So, but the illegal who killed them.
Yeah.
You said yesterday, how many times has he been deported?
5.
5 times. Okay.
Deported 5 times.
I've heard all sorts of estimates, but that's the one I've heard the most. It's like, what is...
Which, by the way, when they discussed it, when KJP talked about the shooting, the deadly mass shooting of his neighbors, she left out a couple of things. One was that it was an illegal alien, Mexican national, and the other that he'd been deported 5 times. So none of that mattered because they fixed the border situation. Illegal crossings are down by 90%. So why would you even bring it up?
One slip through. Man.
I mean, I can't stop everybody, right? So what's 3.5 million people in 2 years? Don't worry about it. They're just trying to clean up Donald Trump's mess. That's all they're trying to do. This is just... You wouldn't believe it unless you actually saw it with your own eyes and heard it with your own ears every single day.
Yeah.
And even then, it's difficult to believe.
This is not something you can go back and explain to someone who didn't live through this time.
No.
You know, like, what is a history book, assuming it was written? First, you got to assume it's written by someone with a fair perspective on this time.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you even begin to write this story? It's insanity.
I really don't know.
One lie after another, one insanity after another.
At NBC News over the weekend, kind of surprising to see Chuck Todd with some facts on illegal immigration.
Now, as Biden formally runs for a second term, the immigration issue, which he never mentioned this week in his announcement video, continues to be one of his toughest challenges. In 2021, more migrants crossed the southern border than in any year since at least 1960.
Wow.
Pause it for a second.
2022.
Wait a minute. Did he not hear KJP? They've got that completely. They've reduced that by 90%. It's way down. What's he talking about here?
Yeah, and when you play this again, Joe, can you
let's
rewind?
start from the beginning.
Yeah, start from the beginning. I want to see these numbers on the screen because
They're incredible.
As Biden formally runs for a second term, the immigration issue, which he never mentioned this week in his announcement video, continues to be one of his toughest challenges. In 2021, more migrants crossed the southern border than in any year since at least 1960.
Huh.
And in 2022,
Wow.
the record was broken again.
that's over 4 million just in those first 2 years.
I was giving him
yeah.
the benefit of the doubt, saying 3.5. It's 4 million according to NBC's numbers.
It is probably higher than that.
Oh,
We know it. That's just what they know. Help
my goodness.
us.
Absolutely astounding. All right, let me tell you about a great product that I'm proud to talk about. It's Raycon earbuds. These are tremendous. You know, you've got coffee that starts at, I don't buy coffee, but what is it at Starbucks, or if you stop at Dunkin', it's $5 or something, even without, being customized. Our bank accounts are depleting, and we're officially entering a dupe session. Most products do the same thing, but are priced differently solely based on the brand name. So, like the kind that hang out your ears with the sticks on both sides, they look so ridiculous. That's not the case with Raycon. Raycon is premium audio at the perfect price point. It's about half of what you'll pay for Apple. So you can listen to what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. These are going to stay in your ears. They've got the gel tips that come in a whole bunch of different sizes. And just pick the one that's right for you and your situation. They offer 2 years of product protection insurance for just a few bucks. They also offer free domestic shipping and flat fee international shipping. Over 50,000 five-star reviews for good reason, because they're fantastic.
Wow, that's a lot of 5-star reviews.
Yeah. Go to buyraycon.com/gray and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's RAYCON. Buyraycon.com/gray to score 15% off. Buyraycon.com/gray.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
A guy who has quickly risen to the top of the charts in my mind. Vivek Ramaswamy was on with Chuck Todd. Chuck had some just brutal questions. Actually, they were kind of tough questions for Vivek because, he's a Republican. And if there was a Democrat sitting across the table from him, there's no way he says the things he did.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it's next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, when Donald Trump does a town hall on CNN.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Chuck Todd should have quit while he was ahead with the immigration stats.
Yeah, I should not have tried to tangle with Ramaswamy because he's brilliant. He's really good. Watch the way he handles all of this stuff from Chuck Todd.
How do you unite the country when you're essentially denigrating the views of half of the country?
On gender.
I don't think I'm denigrating the views of half.
Okay, you're essentially denigrating the views of half the country. Why does that not ever get asked of a Democrat sitting across from him? Are you telling me their opinions and their policies, their agenda doesn't offend half the country at least? I never hear him ask them that.
And by the way, what we're talking about is gender trans issues.
Right.
Right. I refuse to believe that half the country is okay with kids getting butchered to change their gender. Stop it.
Somehow Chuck makes it okay.
Yeah.
And puts all the pressure on Vivek.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Okay. Let's take the touchiest of those subjects right now on the trans issue. I think that when a kid says that I'm born into the wrong body, that my gender doesn't match my biological sex, more often than not, that is a case of a mental health disorder. That doesn't mean you disrespect that person. It means they're crying out for help. I met with 2 young women who regret the decisions they made, going through double mastectomies, one a hysterectomy, chemical intervention, now trying to teach kids across the country that when you're struggling inside, going through adolescence, yes, that involves some struggle. We live in a cultural moment today where adults are affirming that confusion rather than actually treating them compassionately. That's cruelty.
You ever talk to parents that have a kid who's going through this?
I have, actually. Yeah, and I think
it's a my point
is, it's a difficult place to be. I acknowledge that. But what we need to do on both sides here is act with compassion, not really what makes us feel good about ourselves. And I think that's my main issue across our response to transgenderism and to climate. It's solving the actual underlying issues rather than what allows you to signal your virtue.
What makes it compassionate, though, to pass a law that denies a parent making their own healthcare decision for their kid? That's the part of this. That doesn't sound very conservative and small government to me.
Well, look, there isn't a state in this union that allows you to smoke an addictive cigarette before the age of 18 that allows you to get a tattoo before the age of 18. That's a body-altering change that a kid may later regret in life. I love it. So I think it is perfectly reasonable to say that
so smart.
If you're after 18 years old, you're free to decide whatever you want to do. That's what it means to live in a free country. But below the age of 18, I think it's perfectly legitimate to say that we won't allow genital mutilation or chemical castration through puberty blockers for the purpose of gender transition.
But how do you know it's that? Again,
how do you know? Right.
Are you confident that you know that gender
Pause it for a second. Listen to the start of this question. Are you confident that you know that gender is what? Real? Actual?
Binary.
He's about to try to say that scientists are telling us that there are hundreds of genders or whatever, or that it's fluid. I mean, it's so preposterous.
And he literally asks him, after he answers this question, are you a scientist?
Hey, right.
This is,
he actually brings
what a
that
bizarre,
up.
I mean, again,
do
how
I
do you
have
describe
to be one?
this?
That's incredible.
How do you describe this world to anyone?
You can't. But here's how this went.
You know it's that. Again, how do you know, are you confident that you know that gender is as binary as you're describing it? Are you confident that it isn't a spectrum?
I am.
You know this as a scientist?
Well, there's 2 X chromosomes if you're a woman, an X and a Y.
Wow.
That means
There's
you're
a
a man.
lot of scientific research out there. There's a lot of scientific research out there that says gender is a spectrum.
Chuck, I respectfully disagree. Gender dysphoria for most of our history, all the way through the DSM-5, has been characterized as a mental health disorder. And I don't think it's compassionate to affirm that. I think that's cruelty. When a kid is crying out for help, what they're asking for is, you got to ask the question of what else is going wrong at home? What else is going wrong at school? Let's be compassionate and get to the heart of that, rather than playing this game as though we're actually changing our medical understanding for the last 100 years.
I go back to this.
Oh, geez, I can't with this guy.
Jeez, that is something else.
Yeah. As a follow-up to this interview yesterday, Vivek tweeted out, the same LGBT movement that says the gender of the person you're attracted to is hardwired at birth now says that your own gender is completely fluid over the course of your life.
That's great. That's great stuff. Excellent point.
Yeah.
So good. I mean, he was brilliant in that interview. I think it's 12 minutes long. You could almost play all 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It's really that good. The one place I was disappointed was where they were talking about abortion, and Chuck Todd was, inferring that, okay, you're such a big believer in the Constitution. Show me where it is unconstitutional for abortion, or where does the Constitution draw that line? Because they're talking about Ramaswamy is in favor of a 6-week abortion ban.
Okay.
So how do you do that in federal law? And where is that in the Constitution? And sadly, Vivek said it was not codified in the Constitution. And obviously, I disagree with that.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple angles, I bet.
Yeah, there are.
You come up with on your fly there, huh?
And one of which was, the preamble to the Constitution.
Right. I like it.
We the people of the United States in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. To ordain and establish this Constitution. So it's for our posterity, who are our children. They're guaranteed the protection of all these rights in the preamble.
And if I can't get you into the preamble, can I get you into the 10th Amendment?
Yes, you can. And I was going to bring that up, too, because there are at least two places in the Constitution where, it's pretty clear. We're protecting our unborn.
Because that's all that the overturning of Roe did.
Yeah.
Was say, all right, the states get to decide.
Yeah.
And of course, these states that still want to kill babies are encouraging people. They're turning it into a travel, like a Chamber of Commerce thing.
And they even want somebody to have to pay for that travel. Somebody other than the person traveling, of course, because we want it to be free and really easy, because abortion must be not safe, not rare, and that's what they're doing right now. It's amazing. Meanwhile, did you see the 7th grader in Massachusetts who was sent home from school because of his T-shirt? It was so horrific, this shirt. You couldn't allow any other students to see it. Obviously, he had to be sent home. Should have been expelled. Because here's what it said. There are only 2 genders.
Bro.
Oh, my.
Is he not in juvie yet?
That is.
Oh, boy.
That's like genocide right there. This kid, is he the son of Hitler? Is that what he is? Probably more like a grandson or a great-grandson of Hitler.
Yeah, right.
Probably. But you know he's in the Hitler line, right? Check this out.
Okay.
I never thought that the shirt I wore to school on March 21st would lead me to speak with you today. On that Tuesday morning, I was taken out of gym class to sit down with 2 adults for what turned out to be a very uncomfortable talk. I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes. Words
Pause
on
it for a second. They're worried that your T-shirt is going to hurt them in some way. Yep. They felt unsafe because he said there's 2 genders. That must mean...
Yeah, and he talks about all the people that came out of the woodwork to tell him how offended they were.
Let's see it.
They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only 2 genders. Nothing harmful, nothing threatening, just a statement I believe to be a fact. I have been told that my shirt was targeting a protected class. Who is this protected class? Are their feelings more important than my rights? I don't complain when I see pride flags and diversity posters hung throughout the school. Do you know why? Because others have a right to their beliefs just as I do. Not one person, staff, or student told me that they were bothered by what I was wearing. Actually, just the opposite. Several kids told me that they supported my actions and that they wanted one too. I was told that the shirt was a disruption to learning. No one got up and stormed out of class. No one burst into tears. I'm sure I would have noticed if they had. I experience disruptions to my learning every day. Kids acting out in class are a disruption, yet nothing is done. Why do the rules apply to one, yet not another? I feel like these adults were telling me that it wasn't okay for me to have an opposing view. Their arguments were weak, in my opinion. I didn't go to school that day to hurt feelings or cause trouble. I have learned a lot from this experience. I learned that a lot of other students share my view. I learned that adults don't always do the right thing or make the right decisions. I know that I have a right to wear a shirt with those 5 words. Even at 12 years old, I have my own political opinions, and I have a right to express those opinions. Even at school, this right is called the First Amendment to the Constitution.
The what? Wait.
My hope in being here tonight is to bring the school committee's attention to this issue. I hope that you will speak up for the rest of us so we can express ourselves without being pulled out of class. Next time, it may not only be me. There might be more students that decide to speak out. Thank you for your time and good night.
No, thank you. He's 12. I think, did we say he was 7?
7th grader.
Oh, 7th grader. Yeah, right. Okay, so really nicely worded there. And so true. And how do you argue with any of that? I'm sorry. No, you're making people pass out as you walk down the hall. Anybody who reads your message on your T-shirt is in severe danger. Physical danger. Wow.
Yeah, and that's the difference. What you saw there is the difference in how conservatives raise their kids as opposed to if there was some sort of freak show leftist trans kid up there screaming for her rights. And
shouting everybody else down.
I don't know how this country makes it much longer. We are two Americas, man. Anyway.
Speaking of clothing and clothing items, this video from Britain.
I love it. I love this.
Nosy neighbor doesn't like that a 2-year-old girl is wearing pink. What? Wait, what?
Yes.
Hey, so you've come to my house to complain about my baby wearing pink.
I was just asking, really, why you keep putting her in pink and not other colours.
Well, traditionally, girls often wear pink.
Well, I think you'll find that was back in the day.
I don't think
it's today. I think you can wear any colour you want now.
Including pink or no?
She has other clothes as well, but her favourite colour is pink.
See.
Well, I've only ever seen her in pink, and I think that's not allowing her to have freedom of what.
What do you mean freedom?
Freedom. Well,
She's a baby.
She's not a baby.
She's a baby. She's 2.
She looks a lot older than that to me. But anyway.
Well, hold a minute. What's any of your concern?
Thank you.
Well, it's my concern because I believe that the world has got better since we've got all this fluidity with genders and all the different types of genders now.
Okay.
And I think by dressing someone in pink,
of sorts.
if she doesn't want to be a girl when she's older, she wants to be a transgender or whatever, then she'll have been dressed in pink and you would have confused her. So I think it's nicer to dress people in all different colours. I mean, she'd look beautiful in yellow, wouldn't she? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, she's wearing yellow now. Hey, baby.
She is. I hadn't seen she was sorry. But she's got pink trousers on with rainbows on. Now, I do like the rainbow. I definitely like the rainbows on her trousers.
I don't care
now,
what
that's
you like.
Good.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Firstly, you're wearing pink glasses, okay?
I think you'll find these are mauve. Are you
Mauve.
something? These are mauve. These
Mauve.
are
Mauve?
What colour are these, young lady?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says pink.
These are
But they're not pink. They are mauve. Mauve glasses.
Okay. So.
And actually, they're blue inside.
Oh, get
a little bit
over
of
yourself.
Mauve and blue.
I can't.
I've got all the colours, you see.
Sorry.
Much healthier for the brain, the mindset.
Sorry. So, wow. I'm just a little bit baffled to why you're actually here.
Me too.
Thank you.
Me too. What business of yours is it? What if she wears pink every minute of every day for the rest of her life? So what? It's interesting, though, because she brings up freedom. But they're the only ones who are actually free.
Right.
They cannot wear pink, but you can't wear it because she disagrees with girls wearing pink now.
Mauve. It's mauve of sorts.
Wow, jeez.
So that's a Karen with a British accent for you. Good
The
stuff.
unmitigated gall to come over to your neighbor, I guess they're neighbors,
Sure.
and start complaining about the color you dress your child in. You don't have any right to put on whatever you want on your 2-year-old.
I love it. And she shows up and to complain that all the little girl ever wears is pink on a day she's wearing yellow. But the trousers are pink.
Incredible. I mean, that is just incredible. That's how far we've come.
The things people get upset about. It's just, it's mind-blowing.
Get
a life. They like that one.
I mean, stating facts like there are 2 genders, or wearing pink because that's traditional for girls, and if it's her favorite color, I don't care if it's her favorite color or not. It's none of the neighbor's business, certainly.
Certainly not.
Incredible. That's the left. Aren't they wonderful? And she thinks the world is so much better now that we're fluid. Well, we're only fluid when it comes to her opinion. If we wear the rainbow colors all the time, then that would be absolutely fine.
That's not the most odd video you're going to see today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Stick around for the break.
Can't wait. Blunter Hayden, painter extraordinaire, tweets, 6 dead in a car accident. Have they started running stories on how we should ban high-speed cars? It's a good point.
Don't give them any ideas.
And speedometers. Why do they go up to 160? Nobody goes that fast.
You don't need to go that fast.
You don't need to go that fast. You're breaking the law if you go that fast. We should put governors on cars to restrict them to whatever the speed limit is. 65 miles an hour. Can't go any faster than that. You don't need to go any faster than that.
Boy, that's a good point. And I'd like to point out it was a Democrat that raised that speed limit nationally from 55 to infinity.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Bill Clinton. Right. You know who does need to go that fast? The only people that need to be going that fast? Law enforcement.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Right, so they can catch up to bad people.
And if you're not doing anything wrong, why do you need to go that fast
You're
anyway?
right. Right? Oh, man. High Plains Stranger, Recipe for Disaster. KJP's book of everything is full of them. It is the disaster cookbook. Toothpaste words, illegal immigration has come down by 90%. I bet those that live at the border have something different to say about that. Yeah, I think they believe it's 95%. Ask any rancher on the border of Texas and Mexico, and they'll tell you, yeah, almost nobody ever comes across. From Mr. Nobody, they should have asked KJP, illegal immigration is down 90% from what?
Right. Right, from an hour ago? I mean, like...
Yeah. From your highs of, 10 million, and now it's only 4 million? Bob Corona tweets, I doubt Chuck Todd is a biologist. Therefore, he's unqualified to ask gender questions, much less have a discussion about it. And DMXDM, Chuck Turd really wants to mutilate kids.
Yeah, that's what you got to say. That's what you got to start saying to these people that are for kids changing their genders. Going, so you're for you're for genital mutilation of children? That's kind of sick. That's really gross.
Did you also notice that all of a sudden Chuck Todd is all about parental rights? He's all about them. Really? So do you believe then that every parent should be notified before their child starts doing a transition in school? Do you believe that?
Yes.
Before they get an abortion. All of those things. Should we notify parents? Because to you, apparently, they're fairly critical.
Dare I say, Pat Gray, that was an even stronger response than Vivek had, right?
Yeah.
So have you decided you're running for president yet?
Not yet. I put together an exploratory commission, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
Let's just say, obviously, I'm running. I'm just not going to announce it right now.
How are you polling?
Yeah.
Is there a poll out there yet?
We'll have to do a poll.
We'll have to do a pat poll.
So Brittney Griner, who is now back in the friendly confines of the United States of America, she spoke out about trans athletes in sports because, here she is in a woman's sport.
Right.
How does she feel about all that?
Okay.
In terms of on your radar, where is that? You're going to have a tremendous platform, but where is that going to be on your radar in terms of advocating for, athletes, all athletes, transgender athletes, be able to play?
Oh, I mean that ranks high on the list of things that I'll be fighting for and speaking up against. Everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe and not feel.
Whatever.
Not feel
disrespected or I don't know. Fill in the blank with whatever liberal buzzword you want to throw in there.
Interesting.
So she's good with dudes playing in her sport.
Everybody has the right to play. Well, yeah, they don't have to play in your league, though.
Right.
Biological men don't have to play in the women's league. Start a trans league if that's the case. If everybody has the right to play, okay. And I'm fine with that. Let them do their own thing in their own category.
Could be a self-preservation answer. I don't know.
Who knows? But that's asinine. Come on. All right. So you'd be comfortable with, let's say, LeBron James wants to transition.
Right. There we go.
And he decides, you know what? I identify as a female. And he wants to score, because his average, what is he average now over a career? Maybe 22, 24 points a game.
Okay.
How about if he wants to average 90 points a game And he just decides his new identity is that of a female. And so he's going to play in the WNBA.
For the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah.
Did I get that?
I think you did.
Yes.
I think you did.
I'm a big fan.
I mean, it's asinine. Do you even think before you speak this woke propaganda?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Wait, why did you speak in a deep voice like that?
Hoarse.
Oh,
okay. Congestion.
All right. You must have cleared your throat, though, because now you sound...
I did. Yeah, that's
like
why you have a cough.
again.
I have a cough button here.
Huh. Weird. Okay. No, couldn't hear you there. Except way off in the background.
Way back here.
When it comes to transitioning, and all of that, and cisgender stuff, and you're heterosexual, this is an interesting little couple here.
Oh, gosh.
Apparently hetero, right?
Prepare yourself. This has been billed as being a heterosexual couple.
Yeah.
That decided, look, the family that transitions together stays together, Pat. You've often heard this.
Oh, man.
Right?
If I had a nickel for every time.
Okay. Are you sitting down, y'all? You finished that last bite. We'll wait for you to finish that last bite of breakfast. You good? All right. Here we go. Here we go. Look at there.
And
there they are.
Okay. Right. So.
Oh, no. What has happened?
Wait a minute.
Oh, hello.
Go back to the first.
Just do it again. Joe, keep playing it until we vomit all over the place, which won't take long.
That is fascinating. So they're a hetero couple.
Yep, that's...
Each of them transition to the other sex?
Let's go back. Let's start at the beginning. There we go. Okay, look, they look like a normal couple, right? Yeah. What's wrong there?
Oh, my gosh.
Please tell me this is...
Is it a joke?
Please tell me it is. I don't have a lot of details on this one. Unfortunately, it's terrifying. Oh, God. Okay, I got it. Okay.
I wonder if that can't be real, can it?
I don't know, Pat.
So they're a hetero couple.
They at least did that, which is bad enough.
And they decide, you know what? I want to be a girl. Well, that's interesting because I want to be a boy. All right, let's transition together and we'll still be hetero afterwards.
What are the odds? Am I right?
I think you're right.
Boy, I'm so glad they found each other.
Wow, is that weird? What a world.
What a world.
I mean, what a weird world. This will make it a little bit better, though. You can have a healthier liver. And
I'm listening.
Might not be something you think about a lot. But the American Liver Foundation says that over 100 million of us have fatty liver, which means a lot of people are at risk. And, you know, a lot of stuff goes through our livers. Cholesterol, alcohol, toxins of all kinds. Things like Tylenol and statins, cigarettes, all of that stuff can damage your liver. They're hard. All of that stuff is hard on it. For decades now, you know, your liver has helped you with over 500 key functions every day. It's just not something you think about. So why don't you now help your liver? Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement which contains 12 clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect your liver. It's manufactured right here in the U.S. It's approved by American doctors. You can try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of nano-powered omega-3 to keep your heart healthy, too. So try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Pat. Getliverhelp.com/Pat. Claim your free bonus gift. Getliverhelp.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Did you see where Bernie Sanders made a 2024 prediction about Joe Biden? Watch this.
It comes with stipulations, Pat.
The Democrats and the president have got to be stronger on working class issues. They've got to make it clear that we believe in a government that represents all, not just the few. Take on the greed of the insurance companies, the drug companies, Wall Street, all the big money interests, and start delivering for working class people. You do that, I think Biden's going to win in a landslide.
Oh, okay. So you got to do all that first.
Okay.
Then you get the landslide.
I see.
Not a minute before.
Ever since Biden officially announced he was running for president again, Democrats have been saying Biden's age, that's not an issue. What are you, an ageist? It's not an issue at all. Delaware Senator Chris Coons had this to say about it.
He was faster on his feet than most members of Congress.
Shut up.
I think Joe Biden is agile, is capable. His record of leadership, both at home and abroad, makes him eminently qualified. And we should be focusing some on the wisdom and experience he brings to the job, in addition to the accomplishments he's had these first years.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
That's the guy.
Putin's kleptocracy.
Yeah.
Kleptocracy. And the guys who are the kleptocracies. Our natural wonders are, inspired. And the reflection inspires our to take action.
Sure.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Oh, cool. What is that word?
I was in the the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
So is that the word?
Meeting with they make a very good point. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's what drives the driver.
Here's what drives the driver
that are affected.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
There it is. Got that one, but we'll do it again.
You know the thing.
You know the thing. Come on. I don't have to tell you the thing. You know it. It'd be insulting to your intelligence if I finished that line. So I'm not going to. Man, oh man.
Let's see, our buddy 5 times August. I like this tweet from him. Joe Biden has been in government for over 50 years. That's over half a century, and he's just now at the end of his life, after having already served 2 terms as vice president and 1 term as actual president, promising he's going to fix things. It takes a really, really special kind of stupid to make Joe Biden your guy for 2024.
Sure does.
By the way, I put a poll up there at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Over 70% of Americans, Pat, want you to vote for President of the United States in 2024.
They want me to vote?
Or
they want me to become
to run,
the president?
To run.
Okay. All right.
So this is your exploratory committee, this poll.
So there's 30% who don't want me to run? Wow, that hurts.
Okay.
That hurts.
Well, maybe they don't want to lose you
here.
Take
from that.
They don't want to lose you here, Mr. Sensitive.
They realize I can't do both.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Biden's former chief of staff, Ron Klain, talked about Biden's age, too.
Oh, no.
That's irrelevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here he is.
Look, I think the response is the president doing his job, and I think we all see that every day.
Sure do.
The rigors with which the president works, things like his trip to Ukraine, which was an incredibly arduous and dangerous trip that the president took. I think they answer the mail on the questions about his age.
Wait, they answered the mail? Was there a lot of mail on his age?
Have you ever heard that line?
No.
I guess
he screwed up. I think he was trying to say, what was it he said at the end? They answered the mail, the question about his age or something. I don't know. He just screwed up.
Okay.
But these are all geniuses,
aren't they?
So I don't know. Maybe that's what he meant to say.
Answered the mail.
Let's go back to that event at the White House and see how young and spry he did look.
Okay.
Remember this?
Yeah, all right.
Because they're all talking about how spry he is.
He has no idea where he is or where he's going.
Over here.
Because he is. So he goes that way.
Yeah. I don't think he was supposed to go that way.
Yeah, I think he ends up going back.
Unless Jill is there guiding him, he's got no clue.
Yeah.
Where to go, what to do, how do I make the exit? Do I answer questions or don't I? Somebody's got to be there to guide him through that really complicated process of leaving a stage. Who can do that on their own?
Yeah, so he exits stage right there, which is about as confident a walk as he's had in a long time.
Yeah.
But it was the wrong way. So we have to continue.
Oopsie daisies.
Here, watch this. Okay.
Okay, now he's over there.
Wait, what? He is.
Yeah, you got to walk back the other way. I can't.
How long's the band going to play? Now, see the black chick behind him? See the black chick behind him?
Yeah.
Keep watching her. Okay, she's trying to get him. He's like, okay, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back here. And she's like, I'm trying to get to this old man because she has to hand him the phone because he has demonstrated now. He does not know which way he's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. He's gone that way. Now he's back this way. The black chick is following him with the phone. And then she hands it to him, and we get this. Watch this.
Okay.
What? I'm supposed to what?
You want me to get milk on the way home?
Seriously. They had to call him to tell him. No, watch this.
My wife is waiting for me.
My wife is waiting for me. Jill, or someone impersonating her on the phone, just to fool the old man to get him to do what they want him to do, had to say, bro, get your butt back in here.
Mm-hmm.
You're making a bigger fool of yourself.
It's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
He can't even follow the directions he's been given, probably 10 minutes ago. Right before the event, they went through all of this. I guarantee it.
Exactly.
And every time, every single time that happens, and he still can't do it.
I had that thought earlier, just yesterday. I thought, surely they tell him, when you're done speaking, you go here. Mm-hmm. And every time, he gets completely forgotten the conversation.
So, Mr. President, when you leave the stage, when you're done with your speech, your stupid-ass remarks, you go left off the stage. Okay, turn to the left, walk off the stage. So easy, and he can't do it.
And that's probably that probably explains.
Which my left?
Yeah, they said left.
Left. Is it your left or my left? Where do I go? And that's why they provide him with these cheat sheets, like with the reporter the other day. And he's so stupid that he holds it up so everybody can see. And then he's caught red-handed with these directions, and the fact that all of this happens in advance, he still can't get it right.
This is far and away the weekend at Bernie's presidency.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's all this is.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, during the primaries, we said, think of the comedic value we're going to get from Joe Biden if he were to become president, right?
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, that has come with such a price.
You sure has.
For this nation. Yeah, ha, ha. We got funny stuff to talk about and how, the leader of the free world is completely brain dead.
And we knew he'd be gaff-tastic, which he has been. But
at the peril of our nation.
It's to the 100th power. And it's to a chilling point where here's the leader of the free world, and he's just not there. He's just not able to do this. So,
and then you see somebody like a Ramaswamy or a DeSantis or even Trump when he did that sit down. I mean, please, any of them.
Given a chance, he'll be torn to shreds by the Republican nominee. But all the media will provide cover for it.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Got your Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where we've got some tweets here. Mauve, or I guess it's pronounced Mauve. We just realized. Mauve giblets.
No.
Pat talking about speed limits.
Oh.
How many tickets? You got me on that one.
That's fighting dirty.
Only 16. But that's in 12 years, so that barely averages a little over one per year since we've been in the Metroplex.
When do they put you behind bars?
Probably 17.
Okay.
Frank Johnson tweets, there's no such thing as a transgender. They don't exist any more than a unicorn does. Quit acknowledging their existence and call them what they are, gender dysphoric. Jimmy Dimples, so Pat's considering running for office. With this world, he ought to be running for the fallout shelter instead. And I'm a lickin' butter. I think a president should have a functioning brain. I am a brainist and proud of it.
Oh, boy.
Bigot. What a bigot. Hater.
By the way.
Hate mongerer who mongers in hate.
Should Pat Gray run for president, the poll, your exploratory committee is saying 68% want you to run for president.
Wow, it's actually gone down since the 70% start. Wow. There's a video of comedian Jeff Dunham going around with his puppet Walter.
Yes.
You may notice the similarity between Walter and a certain person who holds the executive office in this country.
All right, let's see what we got.
Good evening, Mr. President. Hello, Jerry. Jeff. We're happy to have you here. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's great to be here. Yeah, and I must say, sir, you look really good. Thank you. And yes, that's all that really matters, Jeff. Well, you should look good, but you also have to do a good job running the country. Oh, of course. That's as easy as riding a bike.
Oh, no.
See, because he fell off the bike a while
And
ago.
as president, did you know that I have done the impossible? No, sir. What did you do? I fell up a flight of the stairs.
True.
3 times in 10 seconds. First senator to ever do that, President. I think my son Hunter wants me to give up cycling for skiing. Really? Yeah. He keeps saying the Touter's great. Sure, that kid is the smartest man I know. Really, yeah. Which tells you one thing. What's that? I know a lot of dumbasses. You know, I didn't see your motorcade driving here tonight. Nope, why not? The price of gasoline. Have you seen it? Yeah, someone should do something. Don't look at me, I just read answers. You know, a lot of folks are wondering why we don't just produce the oil that's already in the United States.
What?
Wait, what?
No.
We can do that? Aren't you familiar with our country's oil production? Yeah, it's falling and it can't get up. Walter, I want to pause here just for a minute. What, you realize you're not really the president? Yes, I am. No, you're not. Come on, everybody says I look just like him. Yeah, and somebody else is always telling me what to say.
Was that a Netflix special?
I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
It's just a fun clip going around, and Jeff Dunham's
sure
always
is
been
fun.
great with his puppets and stuff. And
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that people should be doing, that comedians should be doing, late night hosts should be doing. But, you know, because the Democrats and Biden are sacred, they leave it alone. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, that's funny stuff. So yesterday we had the video of those 2 annoying Gen Z clowns shilling for Biden.
Can we promise the audience that we'll never show another clip of them after today?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, let's just reset. Here was their stupid video for Biden.
What the Republican Party doesn't understand about Gen Z is we don't like you. You claim you want to appeal to Gen Z, but you call us stupid, you say we're dumb, you say we're indoctrinated. I promise
case in point.
Losing strategy. And Gen Z is watching the Republican Party extremely closely as they destroy our environment, take rights away from women, do nothing about kids being shot in schools, and if they think they can give the middle finger to our generation and get away with it, they're sorely mistaken.
Okay.
So they've been accused over the time period of having been paid by the Democrat Party.
Yeah, because remember, it was late last year. I remember that a whole bunch of influencers went to the White House, and we reported this, and we're like, okay, well, this will pay itself off at some point. Well, I didn't realize
they denied it
yesterday.
The whole time.
Yeah,
They're like, no.
Yeah, I didn't realize yesterday when we played that clip that this had been the internet sleuths had been doing their thing, you know?
Yeah.
And they found out some things.
Oh my.
Yeah, like they got paid $200,000.
Jeez.
Yeah. So what? I don't know.
$200,000.
Yeah.
No wonder they're so eager and so passionate about it.
So and when they were confronted with this claim, those guys were like, "No, we weren't paid anything. We just really love Joe Biden. He's so great." And so when you look at federal election FEC filings, right, you see that the company that represents them
got paid
$200,000. Yeah, from the DNC. So after being confronted with this evidence, those losers made another video, and here that is.
Us brothers, as the Republicans would like to call us, but recently many people on the right have been accusing myself and Chris of being paid by the DNC, and we just wanted to come on and say that's an incredibly dumb thing to think.
Yeah, like congratulations, you discovered we're both signed to Pallet Management, which is in our bios, and Pallet's a huge company, right? They do marketing work, they do management work, so they receive that money to do marketing and to cover travel expenses separate from what we do, so we haven't seen a dime of that $200,000. Like, do you really think I would dress like this if I had $200,000? And again, it's all public information.
Yeah.
And we're also, you discovered we're Democrats, and we're going to vote for Joe Biden, which I think most people already knew.
And look, if the DNC is handing out checks, we should be first in line to receive them, but that's simply not happening, and we haven't received a dime from the DNC. And we want to make it clear, we're perfectly happy to work with organizations that share our vision. So if someone reached out to us and say, hey, we're trying to make sure the environment is protected, we'd love to work with them. But we are simply not working with the DNC, and we want to reiterate that everything that's been posted on social media is public information. This is not a home run story. It's all out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we're going to go continue our normal content like people want to see. Maybe we'll go hang out with Hillary and Hunter on an island or something, but not the home run story you think it is.
Okay, so then they deleted that video.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Why would you do that?
Is it because they're lying sacks?
I mean,
they haven't received a dime. They've received $200,000. Jeez. Just about 20,000 dimes. That's what they've received.
And they don't really need to convince people to vote for Joe Biden, right?
Right.
I mean, he's awesome.
Oh, and people love him.
Yeah.
And there's just so many accomplishments that he has pulled off. It's hard to pick just one. Like, check out this. ABC News was out on the street asking people about Joe Biden.
Oh.
What do you like about him?
Okay.
And what?
Right. 81 million votes. There's got to be plenty of people out there that voted for him. And
why are you going to vote for him again?
Sure.
Because they plan to.
Okay.
What do you like about Joe Biden?
Seven, 8, 9, 10.
That he's not Trump.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
The one and only thing they like about him. They hate Donald Trump so much that they're willing to go through this brain-dead buffoon and who is destroying our economy and our nation.
Yep.
Setting fire to the U.S. Constitution.
And even if the interviewer had set up that question of, okay, since Biden's been in office, we've lost our standing in the world, our economy's in the tank, our borders are wide open, crime is rampant, people have lost their job. You could go through the whole thing and set it up like that, and she would have still answered the same way. Yeah, but he's not Trump. No mean tweets. No mean tweets.
Isn't that amazing? You can't come up with one thing? Not one thing that you like that he has done. Not one accomplishment, not one thing that leads you to, vote for him other than you don't like some other guy.
She will vote for him again, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the frightening part of this, is that I'll bet you 95% of his base has no idea what he's done that is good for the country. Because there isn't anything.
I was going to say, I don't know that anyone can do that.
Anything.
I mean, that's like Mission Impossible. You just set up to fail.
And, his son... Maybe his son is a reason to vote for him because he provides us with all kinds of cannon fodder. I don't know. But he is in Arkansas right now fighting this child support thing because he's so destitute. He can't afford to, continue to support his 4-year-old love child at the rate he's been supporting her, or is it him? He's trying to get his child support payments reduced. Because he's broke. He's broke. So they asked him about, okay, well, didn't you just go to Europe? I mean, I don't think taxpayers pay for that, right? Well, he did just go to Europe with his father. And in Dublin, he's so poor that he had to stay on a cot in his father's room.
Oh, wow. That's rough, man.
Yeah. You believe that where Joe Biden is staying, they have a cot? They don't have a couple of beds in that room? They don't have a suite? I mean, I'd love to see what the room looked like where Joe Biden was staying in Dublin.
I'm telling you, there was a lot of getting on the same page between Hunter and Joe with the upcoming legal issues here on the flights, and they're in the room with the cot.
Yes. Before he went to sleep on that probably very uncomfortable cot.
Right.
I'm sure they discussed things like that.
Those things suck, yeah.
But he's got no money. He can't afford to pay London, which is the name of the mom, $20,000 a month in child support. That's based on an agreement they made in 2020. And that's after he, of course, denied he was the father, and then he was proven to be.
This is the stripper
Yeah.
that he impregnated while he was cheating on his dead brother's wife.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, I just want to make sure
You
we're
got
talking about the same person. Hunter Biden.
What an amazing story. What a wonderful family. Am I right? What a wonderful, wonderful family the Bidens are. And just super, super Catholic.
Got to give him 4 more years.
You have
Got to see where this train wreck goes.
You have to. Because what a job they're doing. One of his great jobs was, of course, seeing us through that horrible pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony Fauci, who is his top general in that war against the virus, sat down with CNN and said, "Now, we shouldn't blame him for all those stupid decisions that were made during COVID. Don't blame me. He is science."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's science.
Okay. But I want to know what you think you and the community got wrong. Was the closing of the schools too draconian? How much of a delay did the fact that nobody fully understood the asymptomatic spread of this, nobody figured out that it could actually bust through certain vaccine levels as well? What are the real takeaways and the real lessons for public health?
I think we have to get away from the blame game because so many of the things that you have mentioned were unknowns at the time. It's so easy, and I made that comment in my response to one of the questions that Davis Wallace Wells asked me.
This is in the New York Times profile.
In the New York Times profile. And I didn't mean it as an affront to him, but I said, you know, this is really big time Monday morning quarterbacking.
So bad. You know, let's not, I mean, now in hindsight, let's not play the blame game. Let's not go down that road. All right, let's move forward. Let's not worry about whose fault it is that 1.1 million Americans died. And then the Biden administration has been bragging about the fact that they saved millions of lives with the vaccine. As they're ending now the COVID-19 vaccine mandates for federal employees. You don't have to, I guess you don't need to get any more shots if you want to be a federal employee.
98% of federal employees got at least 1 shot.
Jeez.
And contractors. And then you've got the, they're going to let foreign travelers finally come here. The xenophobia finally getting stopped there by the Biden administration.
And just 3 years later, right?
Yeah. So I think it's May 11th, right?
That's
is when
pretty good.
They've decided that. But we had in overtime yesterday some fun facts there. What was it? That we are 4% of the world's population, but 16% of the world's COVID deaths?
Yeah.
Boy, Fauci, your leadership.
Did a good job.
Boy, good job with that.
Let's not play the blame game.
Okay, right.
Keith.
Right.
Let's not do that.
And the world's oldest population, Japan, they had 1/10 the percentage of deaths, right?
Yes,
or what was it?
That's right.
Is us?
I believe it was 1/10.
And then Nigeria, we were, what were we, 1 per 300,000? I can't remember all the stats. And Nigeria was, I don't know, but it was ridiculously low.
Yeah.
And they allowed for ivermectin and that other thing that I can never pronounce.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Thank you. So great leadership. I mean, we're one of the most vaccinated countries in the world from COVID, and yet we have one of the highest
death rates.
COVID death rates. So good job there, Anthony Fauci. You're
really
so
did a good job.
Good at what you do. And you've been good as a public servant for the last 40 plus years, man.
And let's not forget, let's say it's true. They saved millions of lives with the vaccine. How are they claiming credit for that when that is a Donald Trump victory? If it's true, lives were saved from that vaccine, Donald Trump did that, not Joe Biden. How do you even take credit for that? Incredible.
There are so many ways, by the way, to, and you know this, to point out the hypocrisy of the left. But I think the clearest one is that the vaccine that Trump led the way on with the project, whatever the hell it was called, and Warp Speed. Thank you. Okay, so he continues to this day to take credit for it. And how many millions of lives did we save?
Yep.
The fact that the left and your typical Democrat voter in the run-up to the election was, I'm not touching this thing. This is a Donald Trump thing. I'm not touching this. I don't trust this vaccine. Boom, January 20th, show me where to roll up my sleeves. Let's go. And then they end up worshiping the thing. Nothing illustrates the hypocrisy of the left more than the COVID vaccine stances.
I think that's accurate. All right. It's no secret there's been a war on comedy lately. You're hardly ever allowed to even joke about anything these days. But Blaze TV is embarking on a mission to save comedy and impact the culture. And we're launching this mission Thursday, so day after tomorrow, May 4th, by releasing our first ever full-length comedy film. The movie is called Reopening, and it's a mockumentary that follows the cast and crew of a small community theater as they try to reopen during the heart of the COVID-19 pandemic. Brilliant work of satire. I think you're really going to like it. They use humor to expose and ridicule the insanity that swept through the nation during the pandemic. So we knew you'd absolutely love this, and we're really thrilled to be delivering it to you this week. So join us on Thursday, which is May 4th, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, for the premiere of Reopening. We'll be streaming a live pre-show on YouTube and Facebook with members of the cast, but the movie itself will be available exclusively on Blaze TV. So in order to join the fun, head over to blazetv.com/reopening. Use the promo code reopening, and you'll get 20% off your subscription. That's blazetv.com/reopening. Promo code reopening for $20 off.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
But everyone in town was either Polish or Italian. I grew up feeling self-conscious. My name didn't end in an S-K-I or an O. And for the Senate seat when I was 29 years old, it was because I started calling me Joe Bidenopoulos. Because, you think I'm kidding. I'm not. I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter, so, I got a little Italian in me now. I just have one thing to say. All right.
Favorite song?
I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home, politically. And so we came here for a long time. I got raised in the black church. He knows I'm not kidding. I got my education for real. In the black church. And that's not hyperbole. It's a fact.
That's a fact, Jack.
I probably went to shul more than many of you did.
Yeah, all right. Our pandering, brain-dead president. You got to be proud, don't you?
Yeah. And now it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, as you know.
Oh, well, he's got to get that in.
Looking forward to seeing where this goes.
Yeah, he's got to get that in. Because we have Polish, Greek, Italian, Hispanic, because he loves, was it Despacito? He loves that song. You can't get him away from that song. Puerto Rican, did I mention Polish? Black, Jewish. Man, the guy is just so well-rounded.
Yeah.
GG62 tweets, is, I guess, concerning my candidacy. But who would be your VP?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who would be your VP?
Easy answer. The guy who bags my groceries at Kroger. He's awesome. And he rarely asks me, how's your day going so far? So, yeah, I think
so you guys get along well.
He's my guy. Yeah.
What are some of his policy positions, do you think?
Well, he thinks there should be an apple in every basket. And I agree with that. At least one apple in every basket.
That's an odd campaign bumper sticker.
Somewhat.
An apple in every basket. Pat Gray,
that's what he knows. That's his background. So
that's his deal.
I appreciate that.
Okay, go with what you know.
He doesn't try to get out of his lane,
By the way, the polling indicates 68 to 32.
68,
people
32.
want you to run.
All right.
Again, don't take it personally, Pat.
No,
they don't want to lose you here.
Right, that's the thing. I'm sure that's the thing. B. to Bodine tweets, I would like to volunteer to be Pat's campaign manager.
Wow.
Okay, yes.
Look at that.
Definitely under consideration.
Okay.
Fred Salber, during the debates, you can use that Pat scream when Sleepy Joe goes off on a tangent.
Oh, I would
That'd be fun.
pay to see you do that in person. Hey.
And President Xi Biden tweets, I would love to see these empty suits go up against you in the debates.
Yeah.
Right?
Well.
And Lone Wolf 2965. So Fauci doesn't want to be blamed for the bad decisions that were made based off of his recommendations.
Yes, you got it.
You got it, exactly.
That's it. That's the ticket.
Yes. That's right. Now, the Brazilian dictionary has done something pretty interesting. They've added Pele as an adjective.
Oh.
A synonym for best.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so like Pele was the best soccer player of his period. And so I guess in Brazil they use that. I mean, what do you...
So they're saying like you're the Pele of grocery bag loading. Like that's for your buddy at Kroger.
Yes.
You're the Pele of
right.
fill in the blank.
That's so you're describing someone as exceptional or incomparable or unique. So the announcement by Michaelis Dictionary on yesterday, actually, is part of a campaign that gathered more than 125,000 signatures to honor the late soccer great's impact beyond his sport. Well, isn't that nice?
That is cool.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
You're the Pele of talk radio, Pat.
Right. And pretty soon the Pele of presidential candidates.
All right.
More coming up in a minute. I love how all the former officials and leaders of the COVID-19 movement, they're all scrambling now to rewrite history. We showed you Trudeau yesterday. He had nothing to do with, he wasn't forcing anybody to get any shots. I didn't do that. Really? And then immediately after, we, of course, played where he was forcing Canadians to get the shots. Now we also have Randi Weingarten. I think we played her yesterday, too, didn't we?
We played her on Friday, as a matter of fact.
Friday.
Basically
Okay.
talking to Congress last week, and then the CNN guy calling her out.
Oh, nobody wanted to open schools quicker than Randi Weingarten.
Mm-hmm.
You know, head of the NEA.
Is it
the American Federation of Teachers. So, yeah, she desperately wanted kids to get back into classrooms.
Did you see the Lightfoot?
Such a lie.
Lori Lightfoot is blaming the teachers' unions now. She saw an opening there from Weingarten getting called out on CNN. And she's like, yeah, I wanted to open schools in Chicago and stuff. And then the unions were mean. Oh, shut up, Beetlejuice. And then, of course, we just played the clip of Fauci.
Yeah.
No,
don't blame me.
I had nothing to do with COVID stuff.
Yeah, he said something to the effect of, I didn't close this. Show me a single school I shut down. Okay, it was based on your recommendations. What are we, 4?
And you know how we got here? And I hate to say this, because, again, I want to preface it by saying the first 3 years of the Donald Trump presidency and his judges have been outstanding.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Yes.
But when he ceded that power to the bureaucrats, all bets were off. Katie barred the door. Here come the choices made down the line that if you just signed off on and said, trust the experts.
Which is why it's irritating to me that he continually hammers Ron DeSantis over what happened in Florida when, you know, his 15 days to slow the curve was, what, 30? 90? 2 years? I mean, he's got nowhere to talk.
Yeah, wasn't it
on that particular issue?
Yeah, it was. Deborah Birx wrote in her book, right, that when Trump. Oh gosh, she was basically just sitting there waiting to. I can't wait. We got extended another 30 days. Yay! Just
and they were all doing that.
Man, he should have trusted his instincts.
Should have, yeah.
Because they got him to where he was, president of the United States.
And his instinct was not to shut things down or even encourage people to shut things down. It was to keep the economy rolling, which is what should have happened. But now in hindsight, when everybody realizes that, now nobody was responsible. Okay.
Nobody.
All righty. We talked about this when it happened in San Francisco. There was an ex-San Francisco official who's been hospitalized in a pipe beatdown. Yeah. Got beaten with a pipe by a homeless person.
Yeah, because there was homeless people squatting on his mom's property.
Yeah.
He went over to ask him, could you please leave? And then that one freak with the pipe hit him in the head. And, I mean, it was... Yeah. And the pictures we had, it shows this former police chief, captain, I think, I don't know. And he's like, he's got his hands up, like, please, could you not hit me with that pipe? Well, you would expect justice to be served and maybe charges brought against the crazy guy.
No charges.
What do you mean, no charges?
No charges.
So they said it was self-defense.
Self-defense?
When clearly the pictures show if anyone has the self-defense going for him, it's the fire chief guy.
Yeah.
What a mad, mad world. San Francisco, bye. It was nice knowing you. You're gone.
Meanwhile, here's how well things are going in Joe Biden's America. 7-Eleven in Los Angeles, where an armed guard stands at the register. That's how bad things are. It's either, okay, we close up shop here and just leave the area, or we get an armed guard to watch 24/7.
I mean, this is... oof.
So that's probably what it's going to look like in a lot of places. Because they can't keep... How many calls was it they made? What was the business? Was it Whole Foods? It was one of the businesses that just closed down in San Francisco. REI? No,
REI was Portland, and they took their flagship and went out of there.
Yeah, but there was a business in...
Yeah, it was Whole Foods. It was
Whole Foods, where they made 568 911 calls.
Yeah, okay, here we go. 560 calls in 13 months.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, my
So that's
gosh.
Almost 2 a day. I mean,
is that what it is?
1.5 a day.
So I don't have to do my Keith math over here?
365 days in a year. They did 560 calls. That is more than once a day.
Good.
They were making a call to 911.
Grief.
Is that incredible? So it's either that or you close down. You just close because you can't keep people safe. And you can't keep your product on the shelves because people are stealing it from you. Amazing. Then we have this map from Chicago, all shootings versus shootings with an officer involved in Chicago. So let's look at where all the shootings happened.
From 2014 to 2022. Mm-hmm. So the officer-involved shooting. So when an officer discharges his firearm, that's the map on the right. That's not much going on there, right? I mean, compared to what's happening on the left with all the shootings. Those are like the people out there.
Incredible.
Oh, man. Oh, that's
the place where all the shooting. That looks like Italy, doesn't it? It's like the boot shape of Italy.
What?
Look at that.
Oh, the lights, like where all the shots were fired. Wow.
It's the size of Italy where all the shootings took place. That's an amazing shot.
Art in everything. Vote Pat 2024. Oh, man.
Incredible. Yeah. And again, these Democrat-run cities and states, they're a mess. Mm-hmm. And they've been a mess for a long time. And apparently nobody puts that together in the cities because they keep doing the same thing, hoping for a different result, which is the very definition of insanity.
A good solution would be just to track people wherever they go.
That's a really good idea.
Because if you know that you're being watched no matter where you go...
What are you going to do?
You're going to behave.
What crime are you going to commit?
That's what we got to do.
So, in Australia, that's what they're doing, right? They want to microchip in everybody.
But I mean, it's voluntary now. It's just if you want to be what's the word you always use? Convenient. It's convenient, right?
Yeah, it's convenient.
So here, this chick is going to make the case for why you should microchip yourself.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I put a microchip in my arm, and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam!
Tap your wrist. See, look how easy that is.
It's like magic.
Magic,
in a medical emergency, it can save my life.
Yep.
Experts can easily identify me and my medical history.
Pause it for a second. It obviously doesn't help her dress. Does it?
Oh my gosh!
Because what a dumb outfit that is.
That's really bad.
Really bad.
That's
one of those.
Well, at least she's not wearing pink, as we learned earlier in the show.
That would be awful,
right?
Because that's stereotypically female.
What is that?
What are those pants?
I mean,
that is really weird.
Is that MC Hammer is going to just start rapping for us here?
It's Hammer time. All right, what else? What else
I'm
with this?
loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's
Totally
right,
free?
no more digging into your pockets. And the best part,
See?
the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, you get a cookie? Oh, sign me up. I didn't know. I was just mocking it until the end. Get a cookie.
Yeah, you get a cookie. Congratulations.
So remember during the pandemic, you get a donut if you get the COVID vax.
Okay.
You get a cookie if you get a microchip.
Wow, that's really something, isn't it?
That is, wow, this is, no thank you. I'm going to, no. I'm not going to get your stupid chip.
I'll give you, well, I won't give it to you, but I'll give you the opportunity to purchase some cookies if you don't get the chip.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You got to not get the chip.
Yeah, but you go to Kexi.com and you buy the Mother's Day box, which includes this delicious hummingbird. It's a hummingbird bar.
Oh, it's a bar.
Yeah, it's a bar. And it's really, I can't eat it just like any of these, but it's mixed with pineapple, coconut inside, banana, pecans, just absolutely
delicious. A lot
delicious.
going on there.
Also in the Mother's Day box, the sugar lemon cookie has a lemon curd in the middle. Okay, I just loved that before I had to stop eating these.
Oh, no, bro.
Then there's a German chocolate cookie for Mother's Day, too, with all the gooey goodness of German chocolate
So all that
cake
information
inside the cookie.
Was on your phone there.
It was all on my phone.
Y'all see that?
Right there.
That's
Yeah.
the most I've
See
seen.
that?
Pat use his cell phone.
Pretty handy.
In 20 plus years of knowing the man, just him reading that stuff off his phone.
Kexi.com.
Kexi.com.
Order by the 8th to make sure that your order gets there for Mother's Day.
So by Monday.
So by Monday.
And Mother's Day, so wow. So
Mother's
about
Day
a week
coming
and a half
up.
out. Yeah.
A week from Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So Kexi.com, Keksi.com. Go there.
But people,
this chick in Australia.
Yeah. She's disqualified from purchasing because she has the microchip.
She can't, right. She doesn't deserve Kexi cookies. But this is amazing to me because there's a chance that this microchip is the mark of the beast, at least in my mind. And we've talked about this. The fact that, I don't know, when you read the Bible and you grow up hearing this kind of stuff, these prophecies, and you think, well, obviously I'm not going to get the mark of the beast because I don't want to be evil. Well, that's not how they're going to present it when the time comes. They're going to present it as if it saves lives and makes your life super convenient. So to get you to place something in your wrist or on your forehead or wherever that's supposed to be, it does look great, doesn't it? You just put your wrist up to the scanner and that's how you pay for things. You don't ever have to take your card with you. You don't have to worry about that. A lot of these, the thing was going to be that if you ever have a medical issue, it sends your information to the EMT on the way to help you. So you get all your vitals and stuff already.
Something like that. Stories like that. They do make the alarm bells go off.
They do.
And this is kind of a...
That's sort of an alarm that's really not working. It really is. Because that's not alerting me much at all.
It's like, it can't even make it around in a circle.
Okay, well, it must not be that bad. Right?
But seriously, when you see something like that, it really gets your senses going, oh, wait a minute. I can see where this could be an issue. But remember, it's so convenient.
It's convenient. And it's going to help us be safe. You put this in your child, and it's got a GPS tracker. So if your child is ever kidnapped, you'll be able to find them instantly because they got the chip in them.
And you could sell a lot more parents on that today than you could 20 years ago when we first heard of this thing.
That's for sure.
Based on, look at the crime stats. Look at how many predators are out there. And many of them are teaching your kids right now, actually.
And think of the cashless society they'll be able to institute once everybody has the chip. There's no reason for cash anymore.
Everything's coming together, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, seriously,
so nicely.
You got bank failures left and right. I mean, you've got the digital currency that the U.S. government is fast pursuing for you.
You got the collapsing dollar.
It's
all falling right into place.
Well, anyway, have a good Tuesday, everybody. I hope it's a great day for you. And just remember, you're disqualified from purchasing Kexi cookies if you do go with the the microchip thing.
Right. The mark of the. What are you going to say there?
It's just I'm just not good with words.
Yeah, I guess not. Also in Britain, look what's part of their newscasts now. I mean, could this get any worse?
Yeah, there's a guy recording this through his TV, so you'll hear him laughing at the end. But in the meanwhile, you'll hear him breathing heavily. It's not Pat nor myself.
Okay.
Just watch this.
Okay, for now, thanks so much indeed. And with parts of the world experiencing extreme weather conditions, let's have a look at the impact of climate change on the planet with our climate dashboard. Using an awful lot of gas this morning, aren't we? Renewables at 17%, nuclear down to below 15% this morning. Global warming since 1880 is up 1.27 degrees. Remember, of course,
since
always
1880?
That's 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees, 3 degrees. It's all over. If that happens, total CO2 emissions.
Okay, so are they doing that every night now?
I think it's a part of their newscast every night.
That's Sky News. That's like Fox.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
They're supposed to be the conservative channel in Great Britain. And they're doing it? Oh, my God.
It's just all these numbers up there. Just look, just show the numbers, tell them it's bad, and people will freak out.
Yep.
And remember now, what was the thing she said? Can you play the last just 5 seconds of that, 10 seconds of that, where she's talking about the 1.2 degrees Celsius? Because when it gets to 3, Pat.
Oh, we're dead.
Watch this. 7 degrees. Remember, of course, always that 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees,
2.5.
3 degrees. It's all over.
It's all over.
It's all over. It's all over. Jeez. Unbelievable. All right. I don't know about you, but it takes a lot to shock us these days because, I mean, things are just so weird. But to see our judicial system resemble a third world banana republic, to see trusted American companies embrace insanity and destructive woke ideologies, it's really kind of depressing. So we got to fight back, and that starts with changing the way we spend our money. Stop giving it to companies who are woke. Stop giving it to companies who support abortion. Patriot Mobile. We've been telling you about them for years. They're a Christian conservative wireless provider, and they offer dependable nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks. So even if you love the service that you get on one of the main 3, you don't have to go through them where your money then supports abortion and other things you disagree with. Go through Patriot Mobile, where they support free speech, religious freedom, sanctity of life, the Second Amendment. They support our military and first responders. It's a great company. Plus, they have 100% U.S.-based customer service, which is important to me. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat, or you can call 878-PATRIOT. Get free activation today when you use the offer code PAT. Ask about their coverage guarantee, too, while you're with them. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
How many times has the Supreme Court voted unanimously on anything? It happens, but it's pretty rare where you get a 9-0 outcome. Well, they just unanimously rejected the ethics complaints about Clarence Thomas. The Democrats are trying desperately to pin a scandal on Clarence Thomas. And even the progressives, the liberals on the court are like, no, stop it. We're not going to. No. We can't abide the destruction of this man who is ethical and good. And so they just voted 9-0 to reject it.
Good.
Fantastic. Thank you for doing that. I mean, it's kind of unexpected, actually. But good for them, because they face a whole bunch of issues that are coming up that are, that are going to decide the fate of this nation very, very soon. So We'll see what happens.
I'm glad they
there.
slapped that down.
Yeah,
Because that
me
was a
too.
full court press by the left. And
It
it was
was.
the most ridiculous thing, but you could see in this ridiculous world something like this actually blowing up into... Because I assume that the left was just like, hey, if we can... He's old, right? He's probably... He probably doesn't want to deal. He doesn't want to deal with this. Maybe we can get him just to step down or get admonished by the other justices on the on the Supreme Court, and we can get Joe Biden another nominee before the end of this term. And I was glad to see SCOTUS say, no, go away.
Yeah, really solid. J.R. Dunn wrote an article in American Thinker, an opinion piece on China and their lies. This is interesting. I didn't realize that they just admitted they overcounted their population by about 100 million people. Oops! It's just a little clerical error. I don't know how that happened, but...
we had Keith Malinek in charge of the numbers.
We overcounted by 100 million? Yeah, but what's that when you have 1.4 billion people? But J.R. Dunn says, actually nothing of the sort happened. Chinese announcements concerning anything are generally soaked in various mixtures of bogosity, and this one is no exception. 100 million is not a rounding error. There was, in fact, no error at all. The Chinese simply lied about their population at some unknown point and then continued lying until it became inconvenient or impossible for them to sustain that lie. So he talks about the fact that he's long had doubts about China's population claims. They had a horrible 20th century, which you may be familiar with, and he goes through it. The Boxer Rebellion took 100,000 Chinese lives. Xinhai Revolution from 1911 to 1912, 175,000. The Chinese-Japanese, the Sino-Japanese War from 37 to 45 took 20 million people. The nationalist Chinese deaths, 10.2 million. The communist Kuomintang Civil War from 45 to 49 cost 7 million Chinese lives. Anti-landlord campaign up to 4 million people. In the Korean War, they lost from 180,000 to 650,000 people. In the counter-revolutionary campaign, they lost another 2 million, up to 65 million in the Great Leap Forward from 58 to 62. 65 million. The Great Cultural Revolution from 66 to 76, about 20 million died in that. And the one-child campaign with forced abortions. How many forced abortions do you think they had? No more than about 336 million. 336 million.
What?
Add all of that up.
Oh, my.
And it's over 463 million people. You know, so those are excess deaths. Those aren't just like you got cancer and you died, or you got into a car accident and you died. Those are the excess numbers. 463 million Chinese. So he says mathematically and physically, it's impossible that they claim 1.4 billion people. There's no way that China has that.
Does he have a number?
He doesn't actually, but he says that I don't think the number is 1.4. I don't think it's even a billion.
Oh, wow.
I doubt it ever reached a billion people. So I don't know if their current estimate includes the 100,000 that they're now, or 100 million that they claim they overcounted, or if they're about to adjust that. If they do, then India is the most populous country on earth.
No, it's a shame we recently lost them as our partner in the world. So
India?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they've just partnered now with China and Russia. I wouldn't worry about it. Brazil's in there. And South Africa, right?
So we're
good.
good.
The BRICS?
We're fine. Yeah.
That's the BRICS
We're
gang.
good. We're fine.
And they're trying to add to that little gang of five. So, gosh, that'll be nice.
Is there anything about this country under present leadership that makes you think, nah, let's side with America? They're doing great. Let's
No, that's
tell
the
you
problem.
what. I want to hitch my wagon to Joe Robinette Biden.
And he was the guy who is going to calm our enemies and strengthen that relationship with our friends. He's done the exact opposite on both fronts.
By design. What was that? Yeah, play that again. That's good.
I'm your nightmare.
You're damn right you are.
No kidding.
Oh.
Jeez. All right.
Depressing.
Well, it's been fun.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good. Hey, if you get a chance and you want to hear sound effects from the show, Rowdy Introvert set up patheads.com. Got to get to patheads.com. It's like your own little button bar, and you can mix and match and set it up however you want to, and it's really, really well designed. So have fun with it. Patheads.com.
Yeah, and thanks for doing that, Rowdy Introvert.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Cool stuff.
All right, we've got Overtime coming up. That'll post at about 11, and then we'll see you back here tomorrow on Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.